I had a timer that I was supposed to have an alarm for 2:30, but I guess I missed it, or it didn't do it, but more likely I missed it. And so we are a little bit delayed. But we're here, and no one cares. No one cares that we're late.
Exactly.
It's the last day of the case.
It is.
Trial day, no investigation, final day. And I don't have to do Mo and Trillo anymore. So that's fun for me.
You do just a little bit.
Okay. God, I don't know if I can. Just gotta check to see if the audio is working. Yes.
Alright, I'm not quite ready, but like we're gonna do it.
We have to.
We do.
It's the creed.
We have to. But I'm happy that we will be done after this.
I don't know why I do that, but I like it. Okay. I gotta turn on the game so that we can play it. I like Ace Attorney.
Yep.
Oh, and then we go to this one. And we got to deactivate and reactivate the camera. But look at this. We get a game. What's the audio? Oops. What's the audio like? Yeah, there. Okay. Final day of the best case in the games. Mari is sleepy. But it's Turnabout be tough.
I'm so tired.
I'm just getting right into it. You tired?
I'm tired of doing this.
December 30, at 9:41 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 5.
Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. I'm kind of...
You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today.
I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
That's probably Regina.
Teehee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk.
Hooray, she brought him milk.
Regina! I love this sprite because I feel like it never comes up ever again.
Nope.
I like they made a milk sprite. How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today?
Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess. You'll fly at the end?
Regina, do you know what this is?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't...
Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain.
Maybe I don't want to marry this
Maybe
girl.
I don't want to marry this girl. She doesn't even know what a court is. She's a baby.
I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best.
Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? It's almost like her voice is a little bit strained.
Top of the morning,
Top of the morning to you. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go?
Mo, you don't sound good. You sound like your horse.
Top of the morning to you, Governor.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Attack in the day starts with energy in the morning.
Oh, I don't have that.
The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function.
Right, that makes sense. Do you want...
Here, Max, I bought you a present. Have some milk.
Oh my god, more milk.
Oh my! Thanks.
So how are you today, right?
Me? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit.
You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you going to do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro into the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. I want to psychologically scar her. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father and of what a court is. And she'll be so upset,
Mo,
but it'll be good for her. It'll build
Mo,
character.
why don't you, sit her down and have a conversation with her?
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her in a court today.
You look so Mo, man, I like Mo.
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. It's a painful and horrible experience for everyone. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. They go to hell.
all right, Mo.
It's not fun.
Maybe we don't need to tell her that.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Franziska, do you believe in hell? The defense is ready, Your
I haven't
Honor.
really thought about it, because I know I'm not going there. Either way.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
What's the meaning? Oh, you.
Okay, what's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness.
What, is that the same, mostly?
One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. I thought you said that was impossible.
And, order. I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night.
Are you?
An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises.
I would like it now.
In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene, on my orders.
Poor Gumshoe. It was kind of fun, actually. I enjoyed myself.
I love arts and crafts.
I can't wait for you to see it.
Very well. Please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
Tightrope.
Fuck, tightrope. I'm never gonna stop saying that. I'm sorry if it annoys people.
Name and occupation.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Berry Big Circus.
Where were you the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night.
If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene.
Mo's room is on the first floor? Why can't Acro be in Mo's room? My room is on the third floor.
There are 3 floors.
My room is on the third floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. Here I go. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add.
All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, did.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Risk. Fuck you. Don't you dare say his name.
Do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
No problem with the prosecutor's statement, Your Honor. But also, in the words of Ms. Von Karma, can I quote you?
What?
There's no way that actually happened.
Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
That's what you say yesterday. Now you're like, oh no, he did, probably did. He did
Yeah,
fly.
well, I thought the clown was fucking crazy. Or was lying. Probably both. Fuck that clown.
Alright, man.
I'm being rude today.
You're not normally not rude.
I'm normally very polite, but today I'm being rude.
It was just after 10 p.m. I was resting in my bed.
Oops. I accidentally stuck my entire finger in my cheeky.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
We don't need to press this.
A hard a dumpus.
Okay.
That's what the clown
Yep.
said.
And that makes sense. I saw someone flying right by my window. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible.
You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night.
I believe it was a human. There, I just strengthened his testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. I don't think there's anything wrong.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. Clear contradiction.
You only saw him from behind.
Oh, press this, actually.
So how did you know it looked like
The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with this latest bit of testimony? Oh! The hat was on the ground!
Yeah! Yeah. There is a contradiction because his hat was on the ground.
There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
Objection! If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
I'm about to.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
It was the monkey. Oh man, what if it was the monkey?
The monkey was
Max
flying.
Galactica.
He was dressed as...
You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
And then after he
What
was
do you
on the
mean?
roof of the building and he was like... took off the hat and threw it down.
What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
What?
No.
No.
Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Now, where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats?
Regina did say that she got it custom made.
And there's only one in existence.
This is a handmade one of a kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Order.
As always, it looks like someone has just had to open their mouth before thinking.
Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? Are you ready to back it up? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Russell Berry.
The dog. Dressed
Oh,
up as
Missile.
Mr. Russell Berry.
Mr. Wright, are you serious? I love Missile. Is he dead?
Deadly serious, Your Honor. He is deadly dead.
God.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness.
I'm so nice, look at my birds.
He's calm enough for it to almost be scary.
Calm means I didn't kill anyone. He is staying rather calm. Ow, don't.
Ow.
Stop.
Ow.
Acro.
Ow.
Oh no, he's gonna kill me.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I thought this would hurt more. I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
He's got pretty small birds. Although the birds, they're kind of sharp.
Like, okay, but I thought that, you know, his deadly attack
Oh, of course.
would be deadly.
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things.
See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
Oh, look at his big arms from behind.
Right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
Phoenix is a poopy
Who
here.
the fuck said that?
See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his
I
own power.
thought she was gonna say, I've got a doctor's note
So
that I'm allowed to leave.
leave now.
Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
I think you're supposed to say he didn't.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Even though he kind of...
Because
the
in
monkey
profiles,
kind of...
the monkey's not in profiles.
Oh.
The monkey is an item.
Yes.
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
Okay, so he didn't do it.
You're not going to sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
All right, then let's do it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright? If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
He was was in his room. He was in Acro 3F. He was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's room.
No, it's Acro. Pretty simple, eh?
That's what I said.
No, it's Acro.
Acro.
Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself, which is fucked up. In that case, there can be only one correct answer.
Needed, like...
Literally move him to switch his and Mo's room.
That's, like, so fucking mean.
I know. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling?
Bye-bye.
It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it.
He's lost his mind, this man. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You've got a point.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime.
That's true! Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he?
But, Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here...
She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
He can't leave his room.
Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
I don't think we can present evidence now.
But we got Monkey.
I don't think that's evidence of this.
He had the monkey do it.
Can't present evidence now. I think the reason that it specifies now means that...
I think we will finally be graced with an explanation.
Don't push it, Von Karma.
You can't just keep doing this where it's like, I'm not going to explain how any of this works.
You can't explain how Max flew. You aren't going to set me in this time.
I have diagrams.
Oh, wait, fuck.
You didn't let me explain.
I'm smart enough to know when I don't have the cards to play, and my hand sucks right now.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
He means that everything you said up until now has all been nonsense.
No.
It's true, right? If you can't establish proof of your murder theory, then it's nonsense. He's trying to fool us by playing some misdirection game.
It looks like this isn't going to pass muster.
Nick, you gotta show them the monkey.
Okay, easier said than done.
So what will it be, Mr. Wright?
I'm going to present some evidence. I'm sorry.
What did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime?
I guess the fucking monkey. That's not like the murder weapon.
Okay, so but that counts, I guess.
Yeah, you're probably... It wasn't the monkey, Maya.
No, you didn't.
Maya!
The monkey. The monkey's innocent.
Wait, I say, before you start over, you must be alive.
No, we're gonna lose.
And if you don't put an end to this monkey business, I've got a few more ideas.
No. What did he use?
What's his murder weapon? It was blunt force
Oh, it
trauma.
was the box.
What?
It was the box. Present the box. No, I'm serious. Present the box.
I don't think...
No, it is...
It is
literally...
now.
Well... no, it might be this.
The murder weapon.
Okay, right.
The blunt boy.
I thought
who was missing.
when it said now, I thought because we don't have the statue, so I thought that, like, oh, we must not have it in our evidence, but we do. Okay.
It's missing, so that's
missing.
suspicious.
Yeah, no, okay.
It is a blunt object.
You're right, it's no box.
That's right.
What's that? A picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. There's a problem with it.
The bust?
It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-sized, it's also
It's
very,
life-size?
very heavy.
Heavy?
Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window.
Little Russell's head was just smooshed.
Ah!
See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust.
Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Well, Acro is an
People are
acrobat.
heavy.
Yeah.
Put
Acro-
the bust in your lap and do it like normal.
Franziska, look at his arms. Look at his big arms. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges?
I do have very large arms. Well,
Hacker's at a loss for words.
he should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from the— Ow!
I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. Look at how frail and this— you could never— I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say? Lord Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time.
It's pronounced rouse.
I think it's ruse.
It is.
There's absolutely no need for such testimony. I thought you had a doctor's note.
The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
Or was the doctor's note just Acro can't walk?
Acro can't walk. Acro can't climb. Acro is stuck.
He can't fly.
He can't fly. Acro can't leave his room. Acro
Can't do a murder.
can't do a murder.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case.
I'm
What
making
is
me be
this low?
respectful to the witness.
I can't ask him about why he's in a wheelchair 5 times and insist that he's lying. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible.
Yeah.
There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think?
I have no doubts in regard to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus.
Brain blast.
I don't even know what that's from.
It's from Jimmy Neutron.
I don't know Jimmy Neutron. You don't either.
He's got the hair. He's ugly.
Oh, now that you say, I think I can picture Jimmy Neutron. Okay, next.
What?
This.
How would he have even known the location of the ringmaster's head?
I have an idea, Ekro.
It's cause you
the
lured
box.
him over to a specific spot.
Yep. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I might add.
Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling! How about you show us some evidence?
But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box.
The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over?
The same.
This one?
Yes.
That's the same as the one he was found hunched over.
The question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means
Well, they were barely paying any attention.
they would have noticed. It's really heavy. They would have noticed if he was carrying something heavy.
Fine.
This wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean...
If the bust were to fall... Oh, wait,
If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box,
There's a cat yowling. No,
That's Batman.
That's Batman. I thought I heard a cat. Anyway.
There would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim.
No!
Order, this is unbelievable.
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward.
So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene?
It was Mr. Dingley, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow!
Allow me to whip some sense into you,
Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Ow! Ow! Stop! Ow!
The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box.
That's why the box was so specifically made.
Specially made.
Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature.
It was so heavy.
It was so big
the
and heavy.
heaviest box.
The box has a remarkable weight.
Wait.
According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds.
So big that only a monkey could carry it. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required.
Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large.
The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place.
Fool!
Shit.
Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you do it? Did you place these wooden blocks in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust?
I remember.
Yep. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria.
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
Ah, that means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room?
You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Explain that! Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice.
Arr!
Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria.
Yeah, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all.
All right, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room?
It's monkey time!
A monkey?
Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
I don't know money. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. I do remember money.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust?
Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home.
Home?
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Objection. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny.
Gah!
Acro! Money is a strong monkey, right? Even as strong as you. It would be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room.
We do pull-ups together.
Oh my god! Sorry. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. He brings me things when everyone else forgets to.
Order! I said order, Miss Montgomery! Where is the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon.
Wait! Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident?
It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro is the murderer.
And then after the murder, Money was just walking by and he's like, oh shit, the bus! And he
That's where it went. Wait, but then he would have been in Acro's room.
Yeah, it's...
Moron! You stupid little fuck!
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water, there's no denying that. Ow!
Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Flamboozled, Francisca? That's not a word.
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know.
Stop!
You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
Ah!
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true.
Yeah, Mo is the most reliable.
How
man
do
in
you
the world.
respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Barry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this, and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw?
It was the bust, right?
The bust.
Max G Bust.
Because
Max
it
Gabust.
looks like him.
Yeah. Max Gabust. He saw Max's... Ow!
I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question.
He knows French.
I only know that. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
How is that possible?
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? Oh wait, no, the monkey couldn't. He lifted it back.
Yeah.
That's what the flying was. I forgot about that.
The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak.
There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang off the cards on the bust's hands. In the bust's
Idiot!
hands.
Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case, don't you agree?
What if it was the monkey?
He caught me.
So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust?
Profiles. It wasn't the monkey. It was Russell Berry himself.
It was the ringmaster.
For him? You are saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry?
That's what I'm saying.
The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust.
Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. The right? It's not the way that Mr. Wright.
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself.
Nick, do you really have a handle on all of
Yes,
this?
Maya, shut up. I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint, anyways. All right. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Come on. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens.
This is fucking wild.
At the very instant that the bust hit the victim,
It just kind of magically went forward.
You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be.
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma.
I'm always upset.
This circus isn't over yet. Well, maybe you should be
What?
friends with Mo.
Be friends with
'Cause
Mom.
he's also
You.
always upset. The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. The impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene.
I thought that there were 3 floors. Well, I guess no one was in those other rooms.
Acro, it could have only been you.
Acro's been playing mind games with all of us.
He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now.
So?
What now?
You've graced
now?
us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Evidence? All right, that.
In this court, only 2 things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Okay.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Nick,
Fine.
they say they want evidence.
That's so hard. But also, I already explained that there could only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use that and get out of this jam.
That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled
One
the truth
sec,
to
can we
this magic
save?
case.
Can we see? No.
Okay.
Is it the hat?
Probably.
Cause it had to have been the
Yeah,
bus because the
yeah.
hat was found at the scene.
Definitely. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Moe's testimony.
The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other.
But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. There's like an ambulance outside.
Oh no. You fool! Do you ever shut up?
It's not my job to shut up. Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Moe saw was actually the bust's.
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away.
Can you do it, Nick?
Of course, I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged on the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust.
Ah!
Which explains why Moe didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust.
Order! 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 This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel.
Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that?
Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude toward the ringmaster.
What?
Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster.
Motive? No. I don't know.
Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story.
Oh, don't make him tell his
Learn
story.
about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now.
Don't make them tell his
What do
sad
we
story.
do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. To be continued.
We get a break?
We do.
What the hell? Well, they said 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Also, maybe before the break, yeah, I don't know if I want to do the whole case and not mention this, but so what is Acro's ethnicity supposed to be?
Yeah, so that's something that I don't feel qualified to discuss.
Yeah, I was thinking about it last night.
But yeah, it's probably something we should at least acknowledge, that I don't think that that's, good.
Probably.
It's probably kind of a... I don't know.
Also, it seems like he's wearing like an acrobat costume that I guess is also like, again, I don't know enough about like any particular culture to know if that makes sense, but I kind of feel like it doesn't.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, I guess I just wanted to mention that. I can't
face
really
paint. I don't know about his little crown. I don't know about just the vibe is off. But I don't know, maybe it's chill. I don't know. I'm not educated.
My guess is it's probably not.
No. Japan?
Japan?
This is a Japanese game, it's probably racist.
If it were a Western game and it had that in it,
it would also
probably be racist. Yeah.
So we're gonna take a little break.
Yeah.
Poo. So what do we say every time?
No, we don't.
We say we're gonna take a little break.
I think we shouldn't say that ever. But yeah, I'd like to get some little snacks, some water, and then we'll be back.
So we kind of, this kind of caught us off guard.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think it's going well, and it shouldn't be too much longer.
Mm-hmm. I will set the timer for 10 minutes. Hi. I fucked up my lipstick by eating bread, but that's fine. It's not that bad. So I couldn't find anything of like Indigenous American people talking about Ken Dingling from Ace Attorney. I did see on the wiki it says he is supposed to be like based off of like Native American. There's lots of different Native American like people. It's a very diverse group. Which tribal nation is he supposed to be based on? It's not. They didn't do that, and no, it's bad. I mean, it's not like it's not unexpectedly bad. This is a very common problem, but it's it's still bad, and it should be acknowledged. And also, I was thinking about the original is based in it takes place in Japan. They changed it to America for the localization because, I don't know, they thought that would be more fun, I guess. So he's probably not actually Native American, right?
I mean,
like, statistically, I feel like probably not.
Yeah, in the Japanese version, I don't know what they were
in
going for.
No, it's weird, and it just feels like... We thought this would be a fun aesthetic for him, to just be, like, vaguely... Native American. Yeah. But I don't know.
I didn't have too much I wanted to say about that.
I think, we should acknowledge that.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of the other problems with this case, so I didn't want to miss that one.
It's just a lot more educated on a lot of the other problems than something like this. But no, we should acknowledge it. But we should also get back to the game. December 30th. That's the today of the real day life. It's defendant lobby number 5. I can't believe it. Acro?
It's pretty shocking, isn't it?
It definitely is. And to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated?
Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose.
He did? but I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know?
But you're not, which is kind of the reason why...
Hey, pal! You're gonna ignore me after I went all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Detective Gumshoe!
Oh, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyway. Jesus, you say that in front of him? Now, detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little bit?
We've got some really tasty milk.
Oh, you have milk?
How about a card trick, detective?
You have card tricks too? Oh, well, if you insist. Oh, yeah.
Now about that evidence you mentioned. What is it?
Here you go.
Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yup, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. Your plan?
I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? That reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. I'll take the milk, though.
What did he mean by that? The very end part?
I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me.
Miss Von Karma said that?
Oh, one more thing.
Don't steer me like that!
Don't slap me, please. Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant.
What? For me?
An entire
all
cow full of
milk.
milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? I can't do a southern accent. With also still the same voice.
Yeah.
I can only do more of like an Applejack.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I grew up with Applejack. I know Applejack. That's about all I can do. But it's hard to do with another kind of a voice, and it kind of turns into maybe a different kind of a southern.
Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, sorry. Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed with your
I
testimony.
had a little gumshoe in me still.
I get that.
Finally, we get to the motive. You okay, Nick?
Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Gulp.
Ay, ay, ay.
This is... It'll be alright. We can do it. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. Wow, that sounds like child labor. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose
We're
in
talking
life.
about child labor. Regina's probably been doing this since she was a wee
Oh,
lad.
God. Yes, sweetie, stick your head in that lion's mouth. It's totally fine.
Yay!
You're such a thoughtful young man.
Words peck him.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
Well, actually, he sounds like kind of a bad guy.
You are absolutely not.
He made me do child labor.
And then he didn't, help me not be stuck in a room for the like he could have Moaz a room on the bottom floor, on the bottom floor, and
You really want that room? It's got a hole in the ceiling.
It's got mold smell all over
smell
it.
in there.
How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why... What is that noise? There's no real need for a cross-examination, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? Why would anyone have any reason to hate that guy?
He's the best guy.
He's the best guy. He's a great
I
dad.
guess so.
He's a great person. The defense has the right to cross-examine the witness.
You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness.
Care about justice. I love justice. If justice was a person, I would make him my son.
When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. He took you in. I'm not gonna. This is not okay.
I know. Yeah. You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it.
It was the child's decision.
Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape.
I mean, he should be able to do it like as a hobby, as long as it's like safe.
That's when I also decided to form a group with my brother.
I don't want to be an acrobat.
You have to. We called ourselves the Flying Dinglingberries. What?
Like, because we're their last name Dinglingberry, I guess. Because of Russell Berry.
It was nearly a household name.
No, it wouldn't be. That name sucks.
I've even heard of them in Germany.
You're lying. The point is that I wanted to be some use to the circus.
You are truly a remarkable young man.
The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud
I
father.
wish you were my son.
I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything here. I think I was wrong.
I get the feeling this cross-examination was a trap. You were abandoned by
How
our
do
parents. He
do
took
we-
you in. You became an acrobat. You wanted to find... Here, press that. I don't know. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? I am allowed to ask a question!
How could you ask such a thing, Phoenix Wright, mister? Do you have any... do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony?
I just want to know why he had to stay on the third floor.
Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Wright, and you better think hard.
Mr. Wright. Ow!
Phoenix Wright.
Ow! Stop whipping me! You don't have to do
I
that!
keep forgetting words in your name. No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life.
Stop. You put it away.
Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor.
Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them.
I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk.
What do you think, Nick?
I don't know. I think the more I cross-examine him, the worse I end up looking in the end.
You mean...
I get the feeling that this cross-examination was a trap.
How do we not be
Yeah, Von Karma set you up again.
Do we have to press it all?
Or do we have to, like, present something
Leave?
stupid?
My brother Sean and I.
What? You have a brother?
I
Another
talked about him
son
already.
for me?
How old were you when this happened, Acro?
I was 8 years old and my brother was 4.
Your parents were very cruel, weren't they?
And nowadays we aren't bitter about what happened to us. Because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Very Big Circus.
I love all of them
I love
equally.
all of them so much.
Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed.
Oh my god, he's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. What
And
did I
so
tell
does
him?
the Ace Attorney fan page.
No crying in court. Let's keep going.
Acro was actually not that bad of a guy.
Yeah, he was right.
He was right, actually.
The witness may proceed with his testimony.
And I feel that for some Ace Attorney characters, and not like for real, like I don't think they should have killed him, but like I don't blame them sometimes. This is not one of those times. This guy sucks. And it's not very clear how he sucks yet.
Yes, it will become more clear if you haven't played the whole case.
He took you in. I don't.
He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother, all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had, except the birds.
What about the other people at the circus?
Oh, them. That was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile.
What a beautiful story.
That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him.
Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person?
Maya, I mean, he seems like a nice guy, but...
He didn't do it.
Maya, no, he did do it. He did it, Maya.
How long have you been a performer? Oh, I think that would be enough for now.
Good.
Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely.
Exactly right, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
I can't provide one.
Nick?
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, The reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven.
What? What?
That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all.
I feel like you could have worded that
Ow!
better.
Stop!
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster.
I have popcorn in my teeth. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
If you want to jump off a cliff, I would be happy to assist you.
The end of the... That was way too far. Penalty.
No! Penalty.
I'll have
Acro.
to kill you now.
You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you just say?
I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with.
What?
Order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must. Yeah! Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else?
Is there evidence that is the word yes?
The word yes.
No, we have to show who
Maya,
it was, obviously.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it says.
My fan. He hated this one.
He hated this one.
He didn't like her.
He
He
didn't
said
like
she
her.
was cruel.
Mm-hmm.
Regina Berry.
Her lion killed his brother.
Her lion killed his brother. This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Also, it was like a dare they had, which is to say that it was entirely Ben's idea. Bat's idea. This is Bat.
Yeah, Bat just went up to her. If I put my head in the lion's mouth, you gotta go to the movies with me. Ran off and then died.
That's actually really funny now that you put it that way. Like, if you don't take it serious,
Yeah.
it's funny.
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Acro. This young girl is Acro. You were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Shit.
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
Okay, it's a leading question, but what if I phrase it differently? He could easily answer the question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, "You're wrong." That's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Ow!
All he has to say is, "No, that's wrong."
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Ah!
I think, Francisca, you're getting a little... I don't know.
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me some evidence, now!
Okay.
I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. She's so cute.
She's pretty cute.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl.
So is the evidence the pepper or the scarf?
It's baddest. It's gotta be
Probably.
the baddest.
But what if we're wrong? We will die.
Oh no, it's the letter he put in her pocket.
Fuck! Okay, where is it gonna put us?
Oh shit.
Did you say?
I saved it in the
Okay.
in the recess. Sometimes I forget that these games are a bit more cutthroat with resetting.
Oh yeah, then the newer
Then the
ones.
newer
Oh my
ones, the
god, look
newer-
at Max from
No,
behind!
it's beautiful. The new
I never
games,
seen
it's just
that.
like
He never testifies.
so.
Okay, that's fine. Well, that's Rise from the Ashes, Eaglet. That's Rise from the Ashes.
I can't read. Okay.
Okay, alright, yeah, let's... Okay, let me do it.
I'm doing it.
Okay, fine.
I'm the Button Master's Supreme, and we know
Fine.
this. We've been playing Mario Party Jamboree.
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 There's a big milk in the lobby.
I love milk. That's my voice. Cordy second session, and we can
I'm
do
gonna
it.
testify about my sad backstory.
Oh, I'm so
and how
sad.
the ringmaster
I'm a
was
tragic character.
good. And he was the best man I ever knew.
And we don't need to cross-examine this. It's not that much. We just like kind of stalled a bit.
Yeah.
No need to question him now. Nope.
Okay. I forgot you can just skip that.
I can't provide one. Yeah, we just did that for fun.
And then she whips him a bunch.
Fuck you! Oh my goodness! I would never take the Lord's name in vain, so I say, oh my goodness. I was trying to kill
Regina.
Regini.
And then...
Regina Berry. And the Ringmaster's daughter. And then we go to the floor we had before. Dude, we're so good at this game that we've played before. Alright. He wanted to kill her,
and we know it because of the letter.
He plays by aggro in Regina's pocket the morning of the Crimmy. The Crimmy.
Creamy. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat.
Acro wrote this note. It is ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note?
Yes, but there's just one little problem.
Problem?
Acro did indeed place this note in someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry!
Order, Mr. Right. These little theories, I almost said Mr. Phoenix Right, but this little theory of yours.
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory.
Well, you know, in science...
Simply put,
most
Regina
things are pretty
didn't...
much
Oh my
the
god. Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note?
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina!
That's incredible!
Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today. Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was.
I got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza.
And that's when he let the bust fly.
Because he was trying to murder the child.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience?
She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from her.
Poor baby. I hope Regina can handle it.
Don't worry, she's very emotionally mature.
Oh, of course she is. Hey, Batman. Hey, Batman.
Hi. Oh, you look so happy. You're my little baby. I love you.
Acro wrote this note to Regina.
Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish you even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Yes? What about that line?
Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that... this note is declaring that Regina Barry is a murderer.
You just don't get it, do you?
What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter.
I am shocked. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note?
The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
Moron! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start with what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it.
Alright,
What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I'd certainly like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing.
That conclusive, that's you. Is actually...
well, no, it's the pepper, because he put it in the box. It might be.
I think they're both...
Okay.
Well, I don't know that they're both presentable, but they both should be.
When did you say?
Yes, easy.
I never.
Fuck you.
I'm embarrassed. It's great going.
At least we get to see Max again.
We do.
His beautiful hair. I've never seen that before.
His hair is...
Because I think you can only see it if you lose the case.
His hair is, it's glorious. Look, his glorious... His hair, it's just he's a beautiful man. I never know how to say, like, essentially, I'm not attracted to men. Because, like, I feel like most people, it's like, I'm straight, I'm a lesbian. Like, I don't, it's not applicable, but I'm not attracted to men. Except this one. No, he sucks.
And
It's also the
maybe
thing-
Clavier?
It's also the thing of, like, I don't know, I sometimes it's like, am I attracted to them, or do I want to be this way?
Yeah.
And I do want to be Maximilian Galactica. Like, not for real. He's kind of he kind of sucks, and that's, like, my thing. I like to be kind of a shitty little guy. It's my aesthetic.
That's true.
And I think I am, like, for realsies attracted to Clavier, but I
Okay.
also think Clavier's non-binary.
That's true.
In my headcanon. I think Clavier is, like, bi-gender. That's like my headcanon.
I think that makes sense for him.
He was trying to kill Regina Barry. And that's the thing, is like all of the like male Ace Attorney characters I'm attracted to, I think they're not men.
yeah. Oh yeah, because Nayuda also.
Nayuda, I don't think that Nayuda's a man. That's a pretty popular headcanon though, and I don't know that the non-binary Clavier
I've seen it
one
before.
is as
It's
popular.
Yeah, sure, not as popular.
it is because he was originally supposed to not really have a gender, but then they were like, no.
Yeah, they kind of picked one.
That's exactly what I mean. It was a vagina.
The theory of yours. And it was a kill day.
Alright, and when we get to the place, let's save.
Yeah, okay. He couldn't have looked.
Hey Nick, is your vagina big?
Yeah, this sucks for her.
I'm just gonna save
Yeah,
here.
that's fine.
What? Okay. Yeah. What is the conclusive evidence? Okay. I know all
about it.
Come on, I'm just gonna start
Alright,
it
that's
again.
fine.
It's always further away than I think it is. It's always more dialogue.
Yeah.
Really, Nick? I don't believe in evidence.
You don't believe in evidence?
I don't. But
Is it?
No, it's the pepper.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is not any kind. This is just pepper.
This is what he put in the box.
I guess, but like what the.
That's what he was talking about.
That could be any pepper. It's not evidence. That's a stupid way of putting it.
That was what he meant when he wrote that.
No.
It was. I'm not saying.
I don't.
Oh my god.
That's how you sneeze.
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix?
I'm sorry, what? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
Well, what do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside.
Not decisive.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So, what exactly are you saying?
It's more of an indirect hint than evidence, but like,
Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper?
Acro did.
If you have a nail.
No. You can put nails in the holes. Like all of the holes that the pepper comes out of, you can have a bunch of nails.
You like take the lid off, you stick all your nails
Yeah,
through
glue
it,
them there too, because
Put-
otherwise
yeah.
they'll fall back.
and then put it back, and then
Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. He meant for the box to be open, and then he hit his head into and put his
No! I can't even. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim?
Not intended, but it was this
Bit.
one. It was Bit.
It was Bit.
It was Bart.
Who is this?
That's Acro's younger brother.
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead.
Okay, not technically. That's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now.
But that's not, like, legally murder.
I'm not saying it's legally murder.
He said letter to the murderer, and I'm, like, good at law. I know what murder is, and that's not a
Listen,
murder.
all of what's in the letter is what Acro wrote down. If you have issues with it, take it up with him. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead.
Regina. She did that to him.
No.
My second son.
Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool?
No, I spent my entire life dreaming about... Never mind.
Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. We got permission from the hospital first, of course, to look into him.
Did you find anything in there?
No.
What did you think you would find in there?
Evidence? 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
Damn.
Miss Regina Berry, is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
I can picture her doing that.
I looked into her too, and it's not in her.
Leon, kill!
So then what happened to Acro's brother?
He has a name.
No, he's Acro's brother.
And my second son.
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
I mean, listen, don't ask me what I think. This is about what somebody else
This is
thinks.
about what Acro thought.
He thought it was more than that.
I guess we'll say it was more than that. It was an accident.
The lion biting Bat was
The
no
lion
accident
liked
at
it.
all.
He smiled. It was a murder. It was...
Did that say biting or biting with 2 T's?
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human
That
being.
is not what I said she did. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being. But Regina is kind of responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat. Now we present this.
Now we present the Peppy. The Peppy
No,
scarf.
the scarf.
The Peppy
We
scarf.
presented the Peppy before.
That's just a scarf.
She, never mind, I don't have a joke. Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? Well, he only wore it for like 10 minutes, but okay, yeah. And who is the one who gave the scarf to Bat? Didn't they say they gave it to him on the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, Regina gave it to him that day.
Regina.
Judge, please save your ire for, I don't know.
The murder.
There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor.
And what might that be?
Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper.
Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could.
Pepper.
Pepper.
Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Go away, bird!
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. But out of curiosity, what was her crime?
Don't say I fingered her. She's a child.
Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
Ask Acro, Your Honor. It seems like the judge doesn't get it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Because it's a little absurd.
Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like it was smiling.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't call him Bit.
Bat?
Yeah.
I never called him that.
You did.
No.
Not you, Judge. Eaglet did.
Did I call him Bit?
Yeah.
I called him Bit.
Oh, okay.
Bit.
Whatever. Lions smile.
I've never heard of them smiling. However,
Lions sneeze.
oh
Leon
my
was
gosh.
wasn't trying to bite Bat at all.
Golly gee.
In reality, all he actually did was sneeze.
Oh my, oh me, oh my.
Shit.
He sneezed because of the pepper on the scarf.
Fuck.
What? Are you fool? Ah, that's horrible.
You gotta be kidding me. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you, in this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Pat lost consciousness.
He's just sleeping.
Acro nearly lost his brother to this accident. Or this joke, as you put it.
Choke of an accident is what I said.
Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot!
Why are you holding this stream?
I don't know, I'm just looking.
Okay. It almost does seem like a terrible
I thought I should
joke.
check in, see if
Doesn't
anyone
it?
showed up.
Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true?
Acro, you can't mean, witness? Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim?
You mean that conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise.
The murder weapon?
The bust the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be. But he couldn't even leave his room on his own. How do you think you fucking hid the bust?
The bust.
Nick, you've gotta do
It's
something.
always about the bust. This is the last step. If I get this one right, then the case is won. I mean, neither of these seem like the right option.
They already searched
But
it.
but then they'll say that, and then we'll say I have a different idea. The defense requests to research the room of the witness, Ken Dingling. What is it now?
It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now you must know the meaning of Von Karma, total justice.
I have never heard that
My
phrase before,
favorite
and I have
video game.
absolutely no idea what it means.
It's a fighting game
I would like to play that,
themed
actually.
around my family. Von Karma, total justice.
that sounds awesome.
You mean...
A Von Karma never leaves anything to chance.
Am I in it?
No. We already searched Acro's room yesterday.
I thought maybe you would want a video game where you could beat me up.
I can beat you up in real life.
I
don't
guess
need a video
that's
game.
true.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point to it, put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about all of this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin.
A lot of nails in this case.
But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Arg!
Do something, Nick! Don't let this case slip away! The bust! Where is it now?
Where's the bust right now?
You're Phoenix Wright! You know where that bust is! I'm sure you do!
There's not even a single clue! How am I supposed to know where the bust is?
It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short.
Thank you for your support.
Ack!
And I hope you vote for me this election season.
Wait, what? What are you running for?
President?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. You are not old enough to run for president.
I'm also not born in the United States.
That's also true.
And
You're not running for something in Germany? Or like, don't
Um,
prosecutors have to run to be them in the US?
you have to run for
I
prosecutor?
think you might have to. I don't know. It's maybe it's just certain prosecutors, like the DA or something.
I don't
Whatever.
know. Probably should. But I'm German, so I don't need to know anything about the United States. I only prosecute there.
I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness.
Hold it! Where is Max's bust?
Maya, shut
I
up
wanna
about his
look at
bust.
I want a bust. This is my hashtag. I want a bust. The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. It needs time to present its case. I bit my tongus. Big tongus.
Oh my God, Maya, you're distracting me by saying big tongus.
Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? You should expect her to say big tongus.
No, I didn't expect her to say big tongus.
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
What? Are you asking me?
The rest is up to you, Nick.
Maya!
Good luck.
You always do this. You can't be serious.
Acrobats always have their lives in the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope, as you say. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Now get out there and give it your all. Very well, the defense may proceed.
He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward.
Well, if you sink, the way is down.
And forward.
The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now?
It's somewhere in this courtroom.
This is a funny story. The first time I played this case, I clicked on that option as a complete joke. I'm gonna save just in case. I mean, I know this is the correct answer, but we haven't saved in a little while, and we do have very little.
It's right there. It's
Health
it's
left.
Max's bust.
I picked it as a joke, and then they were like, "Yeah, well, where is it in the corner?"
The bust is inside this very courtroom.
It's obviously where?
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all.
The witness stand.
Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there.
Does the blanket wrap all the way around?
Maybe there's something at the back? I don't know. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it in the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fool! How could you?
You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them? Miss Franziska Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch that surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma.
It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. She looks stupid. I know I sure couldn't. She looks like a girl.
I can't believe it. Me? Make a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that.
Franziska, this is the truth.
It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? You can tell me.
Can you not ask me like that? This is a serious thing, Your Honor.
Son.
I'm not your son. Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime.
I'm not mad, just disappointed. Acro.
All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her.
Yeah.
This one day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back the same way. And that's why she covered this scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this.
But I tried to kill her
She
anyway.
just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her.
You're also guilty of murdering someone and attempted murdering a child.
Your brother became a star. Regina believes that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently.
She annoyed me so much, I tried to murder her.
I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina.
How dreadful. So are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am.
Oh, but he's sad. Let's let him go.
At first I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. Just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry.
Are you gonna apologize to Regina? Are you gonna apologize? She's in the audience.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Do you wanna... She's like up there.
He might get to it, I don't remember.
This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
Yeah, totally.
I'm an idiot! I can't believe it! You beat me again!
I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Agro will never
Not
apologize
guilty.
to Regina. Only to Max.
If you can, watch the anime of this case, and also the musical of this case.
This court is adjourned.
Both of them are better than the actual thing. And I think they're both pretty good, so yeah.
December 30th. It's just, like, during the intermission, I was looking up stuff about this character. The amount of stuff that came up of people being like, he's not that bad, he was actually, like, a tragic character, and he's a good guy.
It's a tragic situation, but yeah, he tried to get, like,
Like, just because someone has something bad happen in their life doesn't mean that they're justified in, like, or that, like, you know, they can't be blamed for their actions. They're completely fucking... God damn. Fabulous!
Wow, yeah, you're right, he didn't apologize to Regina at all. Okay.
But to be honest, I
Fuck,
can't really
man.
be too happy about this.
Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh?
Yeah, not bad. Not Acro.
Not the ringmaster.
Not the
who's
ringmaster.
just like, yeah, you can marry my daughter. Also, Acro, you need to stay on the 3rd floor.
So actually, I realized we don't ever actually get to hear what the ringmaster said to Max. So maybe he wasn't cool with that. I always assumed he was, but like...
Maybe Max is a liar, because now the ringmaster's dead, he can't say anything to, like, otherwise. That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to.
I feel like he doesn't even say that he said yes.
He said, that sounds good to me.
Oh.
Is what
Really?
Max
Oh, you're
said he
right.
said.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, he sucks. I mean, we already knew that, but yeah.
Many congrats, but only at max 1,000,000 of them. I only have so much in me.
Thank you.
What's with the vibe in this room? My plan worked out great.
We're just thinking about Acro.
Poor Acro. And I mean, like, yeah.
No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy.
Can we also, like, worry about Regina? Yeah. Mo, you fucked up.
She's been
Oh my
like
God!
this for a while now. It's all my fault!
No, it's
Sweetie. Sweetie pie. Pat.
Pat and Acro, they're never coming back.
That's very loud. By
Now everyone's gonna split up and I'll be alone.
Oh no. Regina.
Mr. Red,
Me?
tell me something.
Well, what do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something right at the end.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that mean that Acro... Is he gonna try and get his revenge on me?
No, I don't think so. I think he learned his lesson from, you know...
Again? Is he gonna try and kill me a second time?
He's not going to do that to you, Regina.
Are you sure? You're really sure? I can believe that?
Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore, probably.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh?
I don't want to know you're not just making that stuff up about Macro not wanting revenge.
So I think the evidence is what he really needs to stay for. That's not bad.
Bad.
That's not bad. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again.
Bad. That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know?
She knows, I think. Actually,
Never knew.
wait, she didn't know?
But now that
Okay.
Acro's been caught.
I guess she did say he became a star.
Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bad as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And then until he can meet Acro again.
That's so sweet of you, Regina.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. It was all my fault, and no one's telling me otherwise.
Hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry
Okay.
about what happened.
I gotta say, like, Max was not innocent in all of that, Mo. He attacked somebody, and, like, that guy also sucks, but he still did that.
It's almost like there's a clear victim here who you guys are paying very little attention to.
So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay you a fee and rip up the contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow.
Alright, man.
No, that's what I was worried about. What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he?
Hmm?
Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus except clearly you. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster.
I love that he makes this sprite when and it makes sense, but, like, look at that.
I'll turn this circus into the best circus the world has ever seen.
I do kind of love Mo.
Mo? The thing about Mo, I think I used to give him I used to cut him a little bit more slack as, like, a person. He's not good.
Probably not, no.
No. And also there's, like, a line at one point which we didn't see, but I did still give you, if you, like, present Regina, he's like, I wish my daughter was as pretty as her.
Jesus, what the fuck?
It's like, what the hell,
Okay, man. Don't.
But I love him.
Yeah. You know, we can ignore that.
The best circus the world has ever
I
seen.
like to ignore lines like that. I've done it before.
I don't think it's in, like, a creepy way. It's
Okay.
just in, like, a mean way towards
Sure,
his daughter.
sure. That's fair.
Don't laugh.
Well, I think I think he said cute, not pretty.
Come
But
on, man. That's
I
so
don't-
mean.
Yay! I can't wait!
then I guess that changes things.
Huh?
There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max.
Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous! What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Also, I'm not very big.
I can die now. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you?
I'm gonna stay with Ben.
Oh, and you don't need to stay with him all the time.
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court
Oh
today?
my god.
We've got to work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been.
Regina, You can leave if you want to, but you don't have to.
Mo. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry.
It can if it needs to be, Regina.
Max! Nick!
What? What? It seems like everything is going to turn out alright here.
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen.
Oh, we just saw it.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats.
Wow. You're not okay, Mo. I don't know what's wrong with you, but...
I see. What made the case?
Yesterday's surprise raid. It paid off, really, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
I love this picture.
I know. Look at that.
I love Edgeworth, man. I remember when I first saw that, I was just like, ah! It's Edgeworth!
Yeah.
He's back! Episode 4, Farewell My Turnabout.
I believe this takes place in March.
February.
It's not March?
I think it's...
I think it's March.
Oh, is it March?
I think it is.
I think I get confused because Rise from the Ashes is in February.
Rise from the Ashes is in February, but I think this is in March.
Let me check my little chart. Yeah, it is March 20th.
Alright.
March 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
We'll be back then.
We'll be back next year in 2025.
Yep. Well, that's in 2 days next year, but yeah, we'll be back later then, like in March, because, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, we'll be back on March 20th.
Anyway, that
And
was...
you better be here.
That was fun. That case kind of sucks, but I have fun with it still.
I love that case.
I know. It's yeah, I still like it, even though, again, it has a lot of problems.
I've become very endeared to my version of Mo.
Oh yeah, totally.
Where at the end he's just like, I gotta show her that I gotta build her character, I gotta ruin her entire life. Alright, and no preview for you.
No preview.
If you want to see that, there's only one place you can see Ace Attorney, and it's here, you motherfucker. Alright. So my throat hurts now, because I did Mo again. So
Hooray!
hopefully it'll be healed by March.
You know, you'll never have to do it again until probably the credits.
Yes.
Come back.
Mo gotta come back on the credits.
Yeah.
He's the ringmaster.
He's the ringmaster now!
So, that case, it's bad. But I like it.
And we had fun. I had fun.
This game is one of my favorite Ace Attorney games.
It's quite, like, the last case is really, really good.
The last case is really good. So you better be here for that.
And
right.
Francisca is great. Yeah,
I love
Francisca.
Francisca.
There's a lot of stuff to like about this
She's my
game.
baby girl, and she's
your
me.
baby girl.
She is me, and also my girlfriend, and my wife, and my best friend.
Yeah. Cool.
I love Francisca. She's one of my favorite characters in, like, all of Ace Attorney.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I watched Windy Rocket's video essay about her. It's very long. It was extremely good. I cried multiple times, I think. So yeah,
My face hurt.
If you really like Francisca and you want to see someone else talk about how much they also like Francisca, watch that.
Anyways, it's 5:27 p.m. It's super fucking dark out, and I'm ready to leave.
Yes. But that was fun. Goodbye. We'll see you next time.
Bye! Next day, this is farewell my turnabout!
Look at the camera.